G'day and welcome to this week's video. My name is Robert Gowdy from Consortium Private Wealth, and I thought I'd cover off a topic that was requested by one of our clients, and that was a bit of a recap of the Berkshire Hathaway annual general meeting, which was streamed online last weekend, sort of Sunday morning. And as usual, Buffett, not Charlie Munger, he was absent, had one of their lieutenants there this time. So I'll provide a bit of a brief on that, although it was quite devoid of any real meaningful buys and that's what people are often chasing when it comes to Warren Buffett's meetings, and the information he provides is about what's he buying at the time. And in fact, really, he wasn't doing any buying. He was actually a net seller. So their cash was about $125 billion, as previously reported. That actually increased by probably about $10 billion. So he was a seller during the previous route that was seen with the share market crash. So it really flies in the face of being greedy when people are fearful, and fearful when people are greedy, which is one of his most famous quote. So it sort of flies in the face of that. In addition to that, he owned about 10% of four of America's biggest airliners, the airline companies. So, and that again, that is a bit of a contradiction, because he's quite famously saying that they should have shot down the first flight when they were, obviously creating air travel, and that would have saved investors and business people a hell of a lot of pain and lost money by investing into airline businesses. Berkshire Hathaway actually owned a lot of them, but they sold out during the rout. So I'm sure that would not have been a positive investment scenario, and probably flies in the face of what he has said famously in the past. My theories around why he probably hasn't purchased too much during this time. I wonder if there is just so much government stimulus that, with that much government money flowing around to keep the wheels turning of industry and businesses running. During the GFC, I remember that he would go in and he would do deals when these businesses had nowhere else to go to get deals done. Is that the same this time, where, given the governments have come in and stimulated, they helped businesses keep employees? During this time, it hasn't put businesses on their knees where they have nowhere else to turn but Berkshire Hathaway to get funding to see themselves through. That could well be the case. So that's my theory on why perhaps he hasn't been buying, that there's not enough blood on the streets. He needs businesses to be, and obviously decent sized businesses. He's always after the elephants where he can spend billions of dollars, not hundreds of millions. So things possibly not tough enough at this point in time, partly because the government is handing out a lot of money like Australia is doing now, and that hasn't forced a lot of businesses to the wall, where he would start to get attracted to the value on offer. Anyhow, that's my take. Reading the annual report is something I'd highly recommend as probably one of the best things that you can do to understand what he's doing, what they hold, and why. Very good. Thank you for listening. Give us a thumbs up if you like, and subscribe to the channel. That'd be great, and we'll catch you next week. See ya. Bye.